Job number J-2025-2246-2. This video is being taken, accessed from a 6-inch PVC cleanout tee located in one of the basement level classrooms. It's for the stormwater portion of the piping system. We're feeding the camera upwards in the reverse direction of flow to examine a portion of the storm drain that we couldn't see when we were accessing it from the roof level. We've overlapped that section slightly. We're looking at a 90-degree bend that is taking us from the horizontal pipe that we're sitting in into the vertical pipe that's coming from the roof level. So counter is at about 73 feet at this point, and from the roof level this was about 59 feet on the video recording from the other direction. And we can see the 90-degree turn followed by probably a 22 or 45 degree offset. And now we're running relatively parallel with the hallway wall in the basement that separates some other rooms that are in the basement. So this section of stormwater pipe we had videoed on the first video, or an earlier video recording. And currently no water evidence is showing up in this section of stormwater pipe that is away from that 90-degree bend, but we are just evaluating it with our video recording. Turning a 90-degree bend at 53, and this reference point on the earlier video is at 80 feet. This is the point that we couldn't get past accessing from the roof. So now we are turning 90 degrees, and we're running parallel with another hallway in the basement level above a drop ceiling, just above a drop ceiling. This is 6-inch cast iron. Now we're turning another 90-degree turn, and we are running parallel with the foundation wall, exiting the hallway and entering a classroom area above a drop ceiling. And noting that the turn is at 33 feet on this camera. Passing through another 90-degree turn, leaving the horizontal portion and going into the vertical at 11 feet. And transitioning to PVC. Access through our PVC cleanout. Just above, right at the ceiling, there's a Fernco adapts to the 6-inch cast iron, and then right here at this little corner structure, we have a clamp ball that adapts to the cast iron before it leaves the basement. We're going to push pause and send the camera downflow from this cleanout tee to evaluate the storm as it leaves the building. Alright, so now after pushing pause, we sent the camera down flow from our access point, which is our 6-inch PVC cleanout tee. We're as far as we can currently push the camera due to distance and friction on the push rod. Counter's at about 72 feet. We are at what looks to be possibly a Y junction, and the camera is sort of looking out of the water at this point. We can't get through this Y junction, but downstream we suspect that it goes to an intersection in the road, maybe about a half a block down, and possibly joins in with a storm drain at the corner of the intersection, but yet to be proven. So as we pull back, we will submerge into water, and we can see the water items floating on the top of the water there, and we can see particles floating around in the pooling water. Deeper pooling water continuing with a lot of debris floating around. Pooling tapers out to just below the camera, but it's still kind of persistent and existing there. Upstream end of this pooling water section is at about 58, so 58 to 71. Camera lens is a little bit fuzzy due to the debris floating around in the water. Minor pooling here at 53. Minor pooling continuing, getting a little bit deeper in spots. Pooling water continuing, tapering out for a minute at 43, 44. You can see some gravel sitting around in the pipe. Cooling water continuing again at about 41. Cooling water kind of changes from a little deeper to shallower. So 41 to 38. Pooling water again from 32. Looks like some gravel sitting around in the drain too. Cooling water getting a little bit deeper in spots. We can see a Y at 28. Possibly a downspout joining in. gravel sitting in the drain too. Coming out of that clay portion of the storm system into a Y. Transition from clay to cast iron at about 18. Passing back through another Y. Possibly of note is there seems to be a straight line in the pipe, currently at about the, it's on the upper right corner of the screen, about 1 o'clock position. May or may not be a fracture. It's hard to tell definitively, but when we pull back, we can see a bit of that line right there. Again, now it's more on the side of the screen. Could be a seam in the cast iron, or it could be a fracture, yet to be determined. Relatively close to the building. Passing back through a couple of 90 turns, approaching the clean out, and back at our clean out T. So right here where it transitions to cast iron, it not too far down, turns 90 degrees, goes through the foundation wall outside.